Alleged civil unrest instigator Bonginkosi Khanyile's bail application is set to continue today. Khanyile is accused of inciting public violence in Durban last month. He was arrested earlier this month in Johannesburg and is appearing at the Durban Magistrate Court today. That's where we also found out Karinda Jagmohan, who joins us now live. Karinda, several appearances so far. What do we know about the case at this stage?
Indeed. Well, Bonginkosi Khanyile, 31 years old, he was arrested on August 20th in Johannesburg and is currently in holding cells at the Durban Central Police Station. Today we'll hear the outcome of his bail application, which went on for 2 days last week. Now, he is facing charges of inciting public violence as well as contravening disaster management regulations. At court, the state surfaced or introduced several videos which shows Khanyile addressing a number of people around the Durban CBD. Particularly in one video at the Warwick taxi rank, he's seen on the ground there speaking to some supporters of former President Jacob Zuma, in which he tells them to continue burning tires and blocking roads until Zuma is released from prison. These are some of the videos that the state is using as evidence against Khanyile. They say they have a strong case. In fact, they also brought forward testimony from one of the Hawks officials that are investigating the unrest, who said that his investigations identified Khanyile as one of the instigators. Even the police minister pointing out Khanyile to be one of the now 18 instigators identified by crime intelligence officers with regards to those who may have started and influenced the unrest, allegedly. Going forward, though, in the Hawks official's testimony, he says that he would oppose bail because he says that Khanyile still poses a credible threat to society, believing that if Khanyile would be released on bail, he would further incite public violence, as these are issues that crime intelligence officers are still working with, any flare-ups of possible unrest that could happen here in KwaZulu-Natal and really across the country. So this is where the case is at now, with the state strongly opposing bail for Khanyile. We know Khanyile from the Fees Must Fall campaign around 2016. He was arrested at that time, and in 2019 he was convicted on various charges around those campaigns, including public violence as well as the possession of a dangerous weapon. And now, according to the state, they say that if Khanyile is found guilty on these charges, going forward, his conviction, or rather his sentence, would be much heftier because of his previous convictions. This is something that they've told the court, and they also say that this is the reason why the state or the court should not grant Khanyile bail, because they believe that if Khanyile is released on bail, he would evade coming to court, returning to court, because of the fact that he could face a heftier sentence going forward. In 2019, when he was convicted of charges relating to public violence at the time, he was sentenced to several years in prison, but also house arrest. He spent 2 years under house arrest. The third year was suspended, but since then we've seen him return to the court. So this is where the case is at now. His family, as well as the EFF Student Command that has been supporting him, say that his arrest was politically motivated, and they go on to say that the state is using delaying tactics. But only now will we know whether or not Khanyile will be released on bail. But Ayanda, something interesting to point out is the state prosecutor in this case, Yuri Gangai, is the same state prosecutor that is handling the matter at the Pietermaritzburg Magistrates Court, where yesterday we saw another suspect, an alleged instigator of violence, appear at that court. This was behind closed doors because an identity parade was yet to be done with regards to that suspect, who is facing charges of instigating public violence or inciting public violence relating to unrest in Pietermaritzburg. So more alleged instigators coming to court, and today we'll hear whether Khanyile will be able to return home.
As soon as those proceedings get underway, we'll be live there with you. Karinda Jagmohan, for now, thanks very much indeed. She's live to us there from Durban in KZN.